back.
Yay.
Hello.
Just what?
dead silence. No, like
Carrying on a talk
speaking
about
more on game dev.
Yeah, the
and,
talk-
like movies. And
Well, the topic was about like how like you believe like what was it?
Entertainment's
in this
just
kind
not-
of era is kind of going down.
technology's getting better, but entertainment's getting worse.
Well, a good example, fucking cartoons nowadays.
Yeah.
Like there
I hate
aren't
the-
none really.
I hate the focus on continuity, like so much. I used to love it because it was something new. Like that was when you knew like for cartoons specifically, like your taste was changing. Because like Bugs Bunny would all be like segmented, like skits.
Yeah.
And then
I
like
fucking
no
love Bugs Bunny.
no continuity whatsoever in it. Because they still kind of do it now, but they still have those like there's still like shows with Bugs Bunny in it that has like a timeline basically. And like when you started seeing newer cartoons, they started having fucking like, oh man, like I got punched in the face, and it's like the next episode he'd have a black eye still, and you're like, what the fuck? Like it's a cartoon, I don't care. Like hit him with a mallet. Like come on.
I really like actually.
Because continuity's great. I'm subscribed to continuity porn because it's funny.
Well, I
but
read
it's
every
just,
single book in the Star Wars canon now.
Yeah, but it's just like, why does every show have to have like a canonical
Why does it need to follow a
continuity?
plot?
Like, cartoons don't need that.
I like shows like Reboot where it really didn't until like.
It had one, but then didn't also.
Yeah, it's like every
Didn't
episode was a new adventure.
You know, whenever game won, you didn't see a giant square missing the next episode. You know.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, come on.
In what?
Like whenever the game won, like the user won, and then it would leave, it would be like that whole square would kind of get wiped.
Yeah.
But like the next episode, they're not like constructing where that square was.
Yeah.
It's just better.
Yeah, because like Reboot only really started to follow like a straight plot when they did
Well,
Gigabyte.
when they got
Because it's like
But,
out
like-
of nowhere.
yeah.
I like the pirate guy.
Yeah.
But,
But like that was kind of my thing with that is it's like you don't. Not everything needs that.
no, I like.
Like. Because like shows like Rick and Morty make fun of the fact that they have one. Gonna check the computer because I knocked the mouse down to see if it did anything.
Just the left click.
No, we're good. Hooray! You can move still.
So
Yeah, but I can't see.
Do it.
yeah, I agree.
Do
I like.
it.
I don't know. All these kid channels have live action shows now, and I'm like,
Oh, God,
as a
like
kid,
all
I
of
hated
those.
that, man. Like,
No.
I
and
don't know.
that's-
Like, it might be because I'm older.
I fucking hate parents that don't follow the ESRB though.
What's that?
Oh, like they let their kids watch
The
things
ra-
that are
no, like
clearly
the-
out of their...
No, I mean like
play?
specifically for gaming. It's
Oh,
like parents, if you don't fucking watch your goddamn ESRB ratings, I hate you.
Mm-hmm.
I actually hate you. Because the best is when because whenever I worked electronics, when I worked at Zellers, parents would ask because you'd get those moms that are like have no idea what they're talking about, but then they come up and they're like, is this okay for my child? And then I'm like, how old are they? And they're like 12, and I'm like,
No.
okay. Because I don't say no. That's the thing. Don't say no. I literally take them, I'm like, let me see. And I'm like, see now, this says, like, has a mature rating. So it'll be like Call of Duty. And it's like, it says, like, mature teen or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because then they're like, oh, so they shouldn't have it. I'm like, no, not necessarily. And they're like, really? And I'm like, because I flip it to the back. And I'm like, on the back of the box, it tells you why it's a mature or a teen game.
Yeah.
Because I went to the shelf, pulled another one out, because they were both the same rating.
Yeah.
And I was like, look at the front, it's like, there's like real life gun shooty man, and then there's like kids with like fucking like things. And I'm just like, both are the same rating. Does that make sense to you? And she's like, not really. I'm like, on the back, here's why. Because I'm like, this one says blood, violence, swearing, and gore. I'm like, this one says cartoon violence, because it also has one for like not swearing, but it could sound like swearing.
Yeah.
They have stuff. I forget the word is, but they have the like all of it. And I'm like, both are teen. Which one? Like, because I'm like, ideally this one will be fine for your child, because like
Yeah.
it's cartoon violence, every Looney Tunes.
Or
and
there's
stuff.
also like the ones where it's like,
But then,
this
like-
one's mature because
Yeah.
it's got like realistic things,
'Cause-
and this one's mature because
yeah,
it
realistic
might have partial
violence.
nudity.
Yeah, because but then that's the thing. I tell her, I'm like, if you believe your child is mature enough to understand that all the things on the back of this mature rated game that has like gore and stuff like that, if you believe your child to be mature enough, basically not to emulate the things in this game,
Then
and to realize that it is a work of fiction even if it's based off a true story, the actual events you're doing in the game are always a work of fiction because it's literally you controlling a man in a town or whatever you're doing on a TV.
Basic
like, it's
words,
not real.
it's a game.
Yeah, like it's not real because it's like kids have problems with that, and it's like because they're kids.
Yeah, they don't.
They have an imagination, and then they can kind of like you act on your imagination. That's what you do when you're a kid.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works.
Yeah, it is.
So it's like, is your kid mature enough to know that it's actually just fake?
Well, like,
Because the parent was like, I do believe that. I'm like, see, then yes, this game should be fine for your kid. If you find your kid's friends like beating each other with a stick and acting like it's like a combat knife, that just means that they're not mature enough to play the game because they're trying to emulate something in the game that you shouldn't, because that's not
it's
real.
like my dad, the first two teen game, like the first teen game I ever got was Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah.
And like that's the whole
Yeah,
thing. My
'cause,
dad's like, it's Star Wars. I bought him a toy like Star Wars gun. I know my kid's not gonna go up to a kid and crack him in the head.
Yeah,
But
the
my-
ESRB is for parents
Yeah.
like that don't know games.
But
like
my
that's
dad's
for
concern was James Bond because it had like I forgot like what GoldenEye had on like the actual box. The box.
It
had-
would have been like,
But it was like kind of like realistic violence.
It
for,
would have
like
been like
an
realistic
N64
violence.
game. So my dad's like, you're actually killing real people. You know in real life that stormtroopers aren't real.
Yeah.
But my dad's like, this guy's an actual part of like a country's
he actually is
military.
just a dude wearing a military
And like,
uniform.
like it might be like my dad's in the army and stuff, because he eventually like was cool with it.
Yeah, yeah.
After like
He thought you were mature
a
enough
month
at a
or
later
two
point.
of getting it, because then he kind of did the same thing. Like he was like, all right, you're cool enough to kind of play teen games. I get that. Because then the big one was Fable when we got like the original Xbox.
Yeah.
Because my dad's like, wait, you can actually just. Because I'm a lot younger than both of you, so I'm kind of
Yeah.
like. My dad was like, you can actually have sex in this game.
It doesn't show you.
No, it doesn't, but it's
But
still like the concept
the
of it.
insinuation.
Implied, yeah.
Yeah.
And all that.
But that's why I hate parents that don't read those, because it's like people will be like, I don't understand games and stuff. And I'm like, that is actually you're the target audience for the ESRB. People who know what games are and what is in them because they play them, they'll be just like, okay, this is good for my kid.
Or like one of like best case scenarios is a parent that says, I acknowledge that my child might not be mature enough for this, but we'll play it together,
play 'em
and
with
I'll
them.
make sure that
Yeah. Well, you should always
Well, you
be.
did that with
yeah.
your dad.
You should always be hanging out with your kids when they're playing video games, regardless of like. You don't have to be playing the game with them,
but like
because my dad. That's
there
why
to
my
answer
dad.
questions.
That's why my dad kept the fucking like computer. Like we didn't have a computer and we didn't have a like basement. The basement was literally all the entertainment stuff, because our middle room was like our living room was actually like
Was
the
it like a
TV with the
bungalow?
nice set. No, it was like a 2-story house
Oh.
with the basement. But like the middle story was like the smaller TV with the like that's where you bring people when you have
That's
guests
like
over
my
and you hang
parents.
out.
My parents' living room. They
Yeah,
have this-
downstairs it was literally a big screen TV, my dad's computer, my computer, and they were all set up in like an aesthetically pleasing way. And then like I bought my own big screen TV, so there was 2 big screen TVs right next to each other.
Yep.
So,
So
like-
2 people can be playing. Different
Yeah, my
things.
dad was watching TV, and then I'd be playing games. Like he
yeah,
was
my
always
parents kind of
around.
did the same thing. My dad, we had our big TV in the basement.
Yeah, like if you're worried about your kids playing games that they shouldn't be playing, or like maybe
going
you're
on the
kind of
computer doing shit.
yeah,
like
you're
that.
you're shaky on your kid doing stuff. Put the computer next to wherever you're doing. Yeah, that's the guy that made the
Thing.
mutants.
to make super soldiers.
Yeah,
So he's the guy I want to kill to stop the guys from being super strong.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I
Oh.
agree with that. My dad had
Yeah.
like the computer.
yeah.
and,
Like they don't have to actually watch the like sit over their shoulders. You
Yeah.
just have to be in the
'Cause
room.
my dad was like not down with me, just like because my dad like was like totally like not cool of having TVs in bedrooms, and I kind of
no,
like,
like
get that now.
mine were the same way.
They're-
I agree with that.
My
though.
parents, because like my girlfriend on the other hand had 3 brothers, and they all had a TV in their room. Cause like we had this talk about like, are you cool with that? Like, cause right now like, I don't know.
I'm not.
I'm just personally someone that likes to do shit. But, like if I had a kid, I'd be
Yeah.
someone who would want to do shit with.
Oh
my
man,
kid.
I've been bought like all the games to play.
But
But like, you know, because that's my thing. Like, parents don't necessarily want to play games with their kids because
Sometimes no, especially if
No,
it doesn't
like-
interest them.
yeah, like if like that's
That's fair.
yeah, that's a major thing. You might not be interested. That's not your fault. You're just not interested.
Yeah.
But it's like be in the room. Like do your thing, but just be in the room with them. That was always my thing. Is I'm like I hate when like you see this parent and this kid's like I want that, and then they just get it. I'm like, do you
Because like them,
do you
their way
you
of like
clearly just don't care and you want to have them sit in front of a TV playing it? And I'm like, that's not what you're supposed to do.
It's like the same concept with sports too. Your kid might want to be sports, but it's still kind of cool to have your parent there.
Yeah, but have them be there.
Yeah. It's
Like,
like I
fuck.
kind of feel bad for kids that don't get that.
That's the worst part too, because it's like people my age that have kids now, like they'll be those ones that just like are playing the games they want to play, and then have their kids sit next to them watching them play it.
Yeah.
Which is cool, except that's a teen-rated game,
If
and
your
that
kid
kid's
can't,
12.
like,
That's the thing.
He knows-
It works the other way around. It's like if your kid's watching you play a game that's not suitable or appropriate for them, yeah, the second you step on it, do that.
I just
but
need
like
that extra little height.
We've
Yeah.
heard a few examples.
no,
of,
but like
stuff
that's
gone
also
wrong.
a thing though. Is like you can't just assume they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like you have to kind of
Your kid is like your kid, but they're different than you.
yeah, and that's why I'm just like, man, you can't just do.
Same thing with movies too now. Like I noticed like movies are like from when I was a kid I see and like even like I don't know, as a preteen, movies weren't like as like Spider-Man, for example. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man
Yeah.
didn't fucking go around killing people. He just like punch people, beat them up. That's it. Iron Man and like the Avengers, they're fucking killing shit tons of people, and they're labeled like for kids now. Like
Yeah.
PG-13, not even now. And like
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man didn't kill anyone. Even like what's another good example for it?
Yeah.
Yay. No, like it's crap. Like ESRB exists for a reason, people.
Yep.
If you like, and it exists because you don't actually know, and that's the point. Like that's actually the point. If you don't know, that's the perfect thing to ask. Because anybody who works in anywhere where you're selling games should always be willing to oblige that question.
Yep.
That's what I
Have
hate
you ever
too.
been ID'd for a game?
Oh no, I never bought games above my age restriction
Yeah.
though. Yeah.
I've been ID'd only at Walmart.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Yeah.
Like,
Walmart.
Yeah,
I-
most
I
of us
hate-
never really.
I hate when
Did
you go
that.
to like, I hate when you go to a place though, and it's like, what does this mean? And then like, for like ESRB specifically, and it's
Have you
like,
ever just
eh.
asked someone randomly?
No. Whenever, the best is whenever like someone asks someone that works someplace, and then they actually like don't know necessarily, because then I've walked in every time.
Have you ever had to? Like,
I've actually just shown up and explained it to people.
have you?
Oh yeah. Like I'm actually like, no, this is why kids are doing what they're
Is it
doing.
just like at a Walmart or something? Like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, it'll be like at an EB, and like maybe he doesn't know, or like maybe he's a new guy. Like
at
I'm not,
EB, you should
like
kinda
I'm not even necessarily blaming the
Shouldn't-
person
yeah.
that's answering the question. Like I should, but I don't. But then it's like, I'll just gotta walk up and be like, well, actually,
Like, it is just kind of a job
'Cause-
if you work at a place like that, but I mean, like,
Yeah,
the
you
place that
should.
hires you should just kind of, like,
yeah.
apply that rule. Like, you should know.
Mhm.
Or
What
just
the
read the
ESRB
box
stands
and be
for.
like, this is.
That one I'm not making.
Because the whole point is it's actually not run by a government. It's run by the people that make fucking
Yeah.
video games. It's run by a board of people that are created by people that make video games. Because that's why people do get boned by it, is because all these other companies are like, no, that's like a really hyper-violent game.
Well,
You know?
Manhunt's rated as a.
Yeah. Yeah, Manhunt got rated as a movie in Canada, so it could be released.
Yeah, well, there was
How do you
also.
So if they ever
uh,
try to make Manhunt 2 the movie, they have to name it something else because that already exists.
Really?
Yes, because it's a game.
Oh, yeah.
Manhunt 2, the game, was released as a movie in Canada. So
Yeah.
in Canada, Manhunt 2, the movie, it would probably need to have another name because it already exists. Because even on technically Wikipedia and stuff,
It's
Manhunt
labeled as
2,
movie.
it would have to have the brackets movie, not video game. That's why I'm like, that's actually really funny. It's a clever way around it, because
What about, like, shows like wrestling and stuff? Do you think they've changed?
oh man, they got worse, but now it's looking like it's getting better now.
Yeah.
It's looking like it's kind of going back
I
to
didn't like how
Attitude
they
Era
all
is.
became, like, UFC
They all became
fighters.
MMA fighters. Because now they're not again. It's starting to not be that. I've noticed that. A lot of
Yeah.
new people have gimmicks again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes me really happy.
It's like everyone's.
Because they've always said, don't try this at home for fucking wrestling and stuff.
Oh, they used to always start them
Always.
off like
it
that.
always starts with that. Even when you're in the arena, they have a thing pop up on
Yep.
the Titantron for it.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, yes.
To
They're
remind
really,
you that this
really
is,
big.
this is a
It is a work of
sport.
fiction and it is a sport. Unless you're a trained professional, don't try it at home.
Yeah.
I did on the show every day, like every time.
Mm. That's why I'm just like, people, like...
What do you
don't know.
think's killing it though? People trying to like for entertainment, people trying to apply too much realism to games, or like pet
Probably.
movies, or
People like good graphics, though. Graphics are the first thing that'll sell shit now.
yeah.
Which is
Like,
so annoying.
Yeah, because and like graphics can be also the first thing that breaks a game.
That's why I'm so glad that Shovel Knight's doing so well.
Oh, there it is.
Like, Shovel Knight's doing astronomically amazing, and I'm like, thank Christ. Like, actually.
It's like why like people got surprised that Minecraft blew up too. Like all your Call of Duty
'Cause
fans
people are
got
always
pissy
like-
about it. They're like,
Yeah.
why is everyone playing Minecraft? New Call of Duty came out. Minecraft's like still.
But
Did
sometimes
Shovel
it's the
Knight
simple
beat
things.
the arcade
Yeah.
sales for
What?
Minecraft or no?
What?
Like, cause Minecraft's the #1 sold Xbox 360 arcade game.
Yeah.
But did Shovel Knight beat it or no?
No, it's just really up. It's just really up there because it's across all platforms, selling really well.
That's good.
Oh, there's one.
People are buying the game like 3 times.
Why?
Yeah, like for every way
Like,
they
because
can.
for
if they have it on Wii U, they'll buy it on DS just to still play it.
Yeah.
You know, like, because I have it on Steam. I'm like, we're probably gonna play it on the channel because I fucking love that game. But I'll probably buy it on the Wii U, and then because then when the amiibo happens, we can play 2-player.
Nice.
Right,
Is that
yeah.
what they announced for it?
Yeah, that's one of the things it does.
Anyways, next time I'll
Have
try
a
to get
good day.
one of the 2 people that were in the area.
One of them's the boss guy, though.
The
believe.
chemical guy,
Yeah, no, the other guy.
the other one.
There's
that
a
I saw?
guy.
No, I haven't found him
okay. Yeah, because like on one of the like where you are, well, the tallest skyscraper is like the boss's place.
Oh God, yeah, I remember doing that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, right up there.
Yeah.
Or no, not even.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah, it's up there.
Looks like Saints Row.